So we're now going to move on to the final area, which is operations. It's something that conferences have been covering for quite some time. It's really shifted. When I say operations, by the way, I mean the operations team within a GP. It's really become, a nice to have maybe 5-10 years ago, and now it's really a must have if you want to drive those, strong returns. And so would love to hear from the panelists, what is the evolution you've seen with regards to the operations team? And also, if I could chuck one extra thing there, what's next? You think in the evolution for operations team. Gregor, if you could please start.
Yeah, I think indeed, Guy referenced the higher interest rate environment, right? So it's leading to changes. So, simple financial engineering is not enough anymore to drive returns. So the GPs need to find other ways to drive meaningful performance returns, and operations has been the route that has been proven in the past to work for several funds, and a lot of funds are copying that. So you do see expanding teams. GPs are expanding those teams a lot, investing a lot of funds and resources in that. And I think it's a good thing because it's easier to explain to society why these companies are performing better than before, right? The initial argument was, the companies are worth more, but that could sound a bit hollow to some people. But if you really show, okay, this company has operationally improved, we have better HR policies, I think that's something that really resonates well. And who knows what the next thing will be.
Great. Amy, do you have anything to add on this?
Yeah, so I think definitely now it's much more common for GPs to have some form of operating capability. But again, I think we try to approach it from an open-minded perspective, whereby, again, it's not a one-size-fits-all, and different types of operating capability make sense for different GPs and their strategies. And I think the only other point that I would add is that I think it's something that's become quite easy to talk about, but I think it's a really hard thing to execute well on. So in many situations, you've had situations where perhaps GPs hadn't had the operating capabilities, been really successful. So now, not only are they bringing in new people into the organization, but they're having to make quite big changes to the way that they go about doing deals, and they're making quite big changes to their process to accommodate and integrate new team members. And all of these things, they're not simple. So I think we should also just be mindful that it's probably going to take a few years, it's going to take a few iterations before each GP finds the formula that's going to work for their organization.